Hello traders, this is the first video for the weekend update, the bigger picture one, in which I'm going to go through DAX charts first, then a glance of the US indices. Now I'm zooming in on DAX index daily chart and on this part of the up move from December 18th low. So December pullback low up to the all-time high. And 61.8 we got on 24,529, while 38.2 fib retrace of entire up move from November low was also here at 24,528, just a point of a difference, and that was 38.2 and obviously June high. So fib confluence is there above the June high, and this is what we got on Wednesday, expansion and exhaustion into a large time frame support. Now, when market makes a significant move, then we are going to cross our fibs, meaning that we are going to make a fib on a down move as well. So this is the same chart, but on this chart I just made a fib from the all-time high down toward the weekly low, and that low was made on Wednesday. And this is how we got confluence with that 24,930 level, which was very, very important for Thursday and later for Friday, and it's going to be important for the next week as well. Now I'm going to go granular here and going first down on DAX index 60-minute chart. So this is the upper gap, this is that smaller gap, and this here part is also a gap between Thursday and Wednesday. So this week we got information already over the weekend, and that was the thing that I posted on X about those weekend quotes, because they were signaling gap down on Trump, Gremlin, and so on. And we got this gap down, consolidation, then expansion with exhaustion below June high, and then gap up, consolidation. So basically Thursday was the opposite of Monday. Well, Monday was gap down in consolidation, this was gap up in consolidation, and yet another day in consolidation. You can see this 24,930 as very important level here on this chart, which means that eyes and breakout points remain the same. First breakout point above 24,930, and first breakdown point would be below this gap. And October high is right there at 24,771. So those would be the references to watch in the next period. And now let's go back to that daily chart, because I want to show you here index on the left, and here I'm going to put futures. Now let's go futures here, and I'm going to tell you why I'm doing that. Okay, so this is now, we are just watching now this down move, okay? And this is the not back adjusted chart, and it doesn't really matter is it back adjusted or not back adjusted for this here move. What is interesting here is Wednesday. We know that that day on smaller time frames was a big up day, and that in the evening, like 2025 or something like that, there was the second news-driven move on Trump. And this is the usual way how they show futures chart when this is settlement is on, meaning that the candle close is daily settlement. When you turn off this, you will get completely different candle, because now the close would be the last price. And when we observe this futures chart together with this chart, what can we say? Daily index chart is full of gaps and full of holes, and we got this up move on red candles. But when we observe this was a bounce, a huge bounce, as a spring and as oversold bounce. They hit daily 20, which was resistance, and also halfback of this move. So this is that first breakout point above at 24,930 index. And there are still two scenarios that we can observe. When we observe this, it is looking like rally, base, and then from that base There could be rally, or it could be rally, base, and drop, right? And we observe also these 2 days of Thursday and Friday as a 2-day balance, which again just signifies this first breakout point and first breakdown point. This is a 2-day balance, and these 2 levels or areas are important. Okay, so that would be about DAX on smaller time frames, like medium time frames and daily time frames, and this is the weekly chart. So previous week we got that upside target reached, but this week what this doji is basically that buyers defended now the breakout point. And we are likely going to get more trading in this upper range now first, before some bigger move. And similarly, like this market here in the previous range was a market that was testing the upper edge, testing the lower edge, making some false breaks, but none of that was with a follow-through until this. Here we could get similar activity. It's obvious that it shouldn't really be additional 7 months now in this upper 1000 points. I'm just saying that the break above the all-time high or the break down below the June high is unlikely to come unless it is news driven fast. It's likely going to be some activity here first, and then maybe more tests and false breaks than a real breakout or a real breakdown. We are going into the interesting week in which data-wise and earnings-wise calendar is full. On Monday, there is Germany for business climate. That is something that never moves the market. On Tuesday, President Trump will speak, and that is marked as tentative. So up to Tuesday, we are going to know, obviously, that timing. On Wednesday is FOMC day, no rate cut expected. When the press conference is going to be important, but also Wednesday is very important because Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla earnings are scheduled after the close, and then that's going to influence on Thursday when we have US unemployment claims. But more important for us, we have SAP earnings report, which is the biggest company in the DAX 40 index weighting. Also Deutsche Bank will report, and then in the evening Apple is going to report. So there are 4 out of the Magnificent 7 stocks reporting this week, and SAP and Deutsche Bank and FOMC and Trump speaking. So all of that, especially these things on Wednesday and Thursday, are something that can influence then trading on Thursday and on Friday. So a busy week, while on the US markets, when we observe US markets, same thing like on a DAX, we should observe on the S&P these 2 days, Thursday and Friday, as a 2-day balance and start from there. So balance rules are pretty clear, something that Jim Dalton is saying in every of his videos. Go with the real break and fade the false one. So this is a 2-day balance on the S&P. This is the situation on Nasdaq. It is also inside a multi-day or multi-week range, still lagging. This is Dow Jones, which is looking better, but again also in the multi-day consolidation, while this is Russell, which actually had a gap up and go move on Thursday, making new all-time highs. But while this is the candle on Friday. On Friday there was a pullback, but this index is still way above daily 20 and way above daily 50. When you observe those US indices on the weekly chart, this is S&P, I'm just emphasizing ranges, slow grind higher, Nasdaq in the range, Dow Jones in a 3-week balance, and Russell with the new all-time high. So a lot of balances, and we are observing those daily or weekly balances for potential false or real breaks. And once again, this is the most important thing for us for the next week. On the upside, 24,930. On the downside, this area here around October high, 24,771. So that will be it in this recap video, and in the next one I'm going to go through opportunities on Friday and to review this week.